Imagine a world where every digital interaction leaves a trace. A login here, a file access there, a network connection initiated or terminated. Now imagine the monumental task of sifting through these millions of daily events to spot the subtle signs of a cyber attack in progress. This is the challenge that Security Information and Event Management, SIEM, systems are designed to address. SIEMs have emerged as an indispensable tool in the fight against an ever-evolving landscape of cyber threats. They serve as the eyes and ears of an organization's security operations, ingesting data from disparate sources, distilling it into actionable insights, and enabling swift responses to potential incidents. But what exactly are these systems, and how have they evolved over time? What capabilities do they offer, and what limitations do they face in the current threat environment? Perhaps most importantly, how can they be enhanced to better protect our critical infrastructures, the power grids, water supplies, transportation networks, and financial systems upon which our modern society depends? In this video, we'll trace the evolution of SIEM systems from their early days as simple log aggregators to their current role as the nerve center of a sophisticated security operations center. We'll examine the factors driving their development, the challenges they face, and the exciting possibilities for their future enhancement. Along the way, we'll see how these systems are being deployed across various critical infrastructure sectors, with real-world examples that highlight both their present value and their future potential. Whether you're a seasoned cybersecurity professional, a policymaker grappling with the challenges of securing critical systems, or simply a concerned citizen in the increasing digital world, this video will provide you with a comprehensive understanding of these essential cybersecurity tools. Let's begin our journey into the complex, fascinating, and critically important world of security, information, and event management. The road ahead is challenging, but with the right tools and the right understanding, we can build a more secure future for our digital infrastructures. At their core, SIEM systems are designed to provide a centralized view into an organization's security posture. They do this by collecting and analyzing log data from various sources, servers, firewalls, intrusion detection systems, applications, and much more. By aggregating this data and applying rules and analytics, SIEMs can identify potential security incidents that might otherwise go unnoticed in the flood of information. But SIEM technology didn't spring forth fully formed. It has evolved significantly since its early days in the early 2000s. The first SIEM solutions were primarily focused on log management, collecting, storing, and providing basic search capabilities for the massive volumes of log data generated by IT systems. While useful for forensic investigations and compliance reporting, these early tools offered limited real-time analysis capabilities. As the threat landscape evolved, so did SIEM technology. Vendors began incorporating more advanced event correlation features, allowing the systems to automatically identify relationships between seemingly disparate events. This enabled the detection of more sophisticated multi-stage attacks that might involve, for example, a series of failed login attempts followed by a successful compromise and subsequent data exfiltration. The rise of user and entity behavior analytics in the 2010s brought another significant advancement. By baselining normal activity for users and devices, SIEMs could detect anomalies that might indicate a compromised account or insider threat. This marked a shift from rule-based detection to more adaptive machine learning-driven approaches. In recent years, the scope of SIEM has expanded beyond traditional IT environments to encompass operational technology and Internet of Things devices. This has been driven by the increasing convergence of IT and OT in sectors like energy, manufacturing, and transportation, where cyber attacks can have physical consequences. SIEMs are just now being called upon to monitor not just servers and workstations, but also industrial control systems, smart meters, and even vehicles. The evolution of SIEM has also been shaped by the changing nature of IT infrastructures. As organizations have embraced cloud computing, SaaS applications, and mobile devices, SIEMs have had to adapt to collect and analyze data from all of these new sources. This has led to the rise of cloud-native SIEM solutions, as well as integration with cloud access security brokers, CASBs, and mobile device management, MDM. Despite these advances, SIEM technology still faces significant challenges. False positives remain a persistent problem, overwhelming security teams with alerts that can turn out to be benign. The complexity of SIEM deployments can make them difficult to manage and optimize, and the sheer volume and variety of data that needs to be analyzed continues to grow exponentially. Nevertheless, SIEM remains a foundational technology for modern security operations. Its ability to provide a unified view of an organization's security posture, to detect threats in real time, and to support incident response and forensics investigations makes it an essential tool in the fight against cyber threats. And as we'll see in the following sections, the potential for further enhancement and specialization is significant. Despite their critical role in cybersecurity operations, current SIEM solutions are not without their limitations. As cyber threats have grown more sophisticated and IT environments more complex, these limitations have become more pronounced and problematic. One of the most significant challenges is data overload. Modern enterprises generate terabytes of log data daily from an ever-expanding array of sources. Ingesting, processing, and storing this data is a monumental task, and one that pushes the limits of many SIEM solutions. The results can be slower performance, delayed alerting, and increased cost for storage and computation. But the challenge isn't just the volume of data, it's also the variety. SIEMs are expected to make sense of data from a wide range of sources, each with its own format and structure. Normalizing and correlating this data is a complex process, and one that often requires significant customization and tuning. Misconfigurations can lead to important events being missed or false positives being generated. Another limitation is the detection capabilities of many SIEM solutions. While they excel at identifying known threats based on predefined rules and signatures, they often struggle with unknown or emerging threats. Adversaries are consistently evolving their tactics, and SIEM that relies too heavily on static rules may miss these novel attacks. User and entity behavior analytics has helped to address this by enabling more adaptive, machine learning-based detection. But these models require extensive training and can be prone to bias if not carefully implemented. They also require significant computational resources, which can be a challenge at scale. Incident response is another area where SIEMs often fall short. While they're good at detecting potential incidents, they often provide limited capabilities for actually investigating and responding to those incidents. Security analysts may need to pivot between multiple tools and manually correlate data to get a full picture of what's happening. This can slow response times and increase the risk of a successful breach. Integration with other security tools is also a challenge. While SIEMs are designed to be a centralized platform, in practice they often operate in isolation from other security systems. This can lead to silos of data and a lack of comprehensive visibility. Efforts to integrate SIEMs with tools like Endpoint Detection and Response, EDR, and Security Orchestration, Automation, and Response, SOAR, are helping to address this. But these integrations can be complex to implement and maintain. Finally, the complexity of SIEM solutions themselves can be a limitation. Configuring and maintaining a SIEM is a significant undertaking that requires specialized skills and ongoing attention. Many organizations struggle to derive full value from their SIEM investments due to this complexity. As a result, there's a growing trend towards managed SIEM services, where the complexity is outsourced to a service provider. However, this approach comes with its own risks, such as loss of data visibility and control. Despite these limitations, it's important to recognize that SIEM solutions remain an essential component of a strong cybersecurity posture. The key is to understand these limitations and to work towards addressing them through a combination of technological advancement, process improvement, and skilled personnel. In the next section, we'll explore some of the ways in which SIEM solutions are evolving to meet these challenges, and how these advancements are being applied in the critical infrastructure sector. The limitations of current SIEM solutions, while significant, are not insurmountable. In fact, they're driving a wave of innovation and evolution in the SIEM market. As we look to the future, several key trends and potential enhancements are emerging that promise to make SIEMs more effective, efficient, and adaptable. One of the most significant trends is the move towards cloud-native SIEM solutions. As more and more organizations shift their IT infrastructures to the cloud, it makes sense for their security tools to follow suit. Cloud-native SIEMs offer several advantages, including scalability, flexibility, and cost efficiency. They can scale up or down as data volumes change, and they can be updated and enhanced more easily than on-premise solutions. However, moving to the cloud also presents new challenges for SIEMs. They need to be able to ingest and analyze data from a wide range of cloud services and platforms, each with its own logging and security mechanisms. They also need to operate in a shared responsibility model, where security is a joint effort between the cloud provider and the customer. Enhancing SIEMs to work seamlessly and securely in these environments is a key priority. Another trend is the increasing use of artificial intelligence and machine learning in SIEM solutions. AI and ML have the potential to revolutionize threat detection by enabling SIEMs to identify patterns and anomalies that would be impossible for human analysts to spot. They can learn from past events, identify new threats, and they can adapt to the changing network tactics in real time. However, implementing AI and ML requires vast amount of high-quality training data, which can be difficult and expensive to obtain. It also requires significant computational resources, which can drive up costs. And there are concerns about the transparency and explainability of AI-based decisions, which could hinder trust and adoption. To address these challenges, SIEM vendors are exploring techniques like federated learning, which allows machine learning models to be trained on decentralized data without that data ever leaving its source. They're also working on ways to make AI models more interpretable and accountable. Integration with other security tools is another area of potential enhancement for SIEMs. As mentioned earlier, SIEMs often operate in isolation from other security systems, leading to data silos and fragmented visibility. Enhancing SIEMs to integrate more seamlessly with tools like EDR, SOAR, and threat intelligence platforms could provide a more comprehensive and actionable view of an organization's security posture. This integration could take many forms, from simple data sharing to more complex orchestration and automation of incident response workflows. The goal is to create a more unified and efficient security ecosystem, where threats can be identified and neutralized more quickly and effectively. User and entity behavior analytics is another area ripe for enhancement in SIEM. This has already brought significant enhancements, while there's still room for improvement. For example, enhancing these models to incorporate more diverse data sources, such as physical access logs or HR data, could provide a more holistic view of user and entity behavior. Developing more explainable and transparent models could also help to build trust and facilitate adoption. There's a potential for SIEMs to be enhanced with more advanced visualization and reporting capabilities. While SIEMs generate vast amounts of data, making sense of the data can be a challenge. Enhancing SIEMs with interactive, intuitive dashboards and reports could help security teams to quickly identify and prioritize the most critical threats. Advanced techniques like graph analysis and anomaly detection could also be applied to help spot complex attack patterns. Of course, realizing these enhancements will require significant investment and innovation from SIEM vendors and the wider cybersecurity community. It will also require close collaboration with the organizations deploying these solutions to ensure that they meet real-world needs and constraints. But the potential benefits are significant, particularly in the critical infrastructure sector, where stakes of cybersecurity are the highest. In the next section, we'll explore some specific use cases of how enhanced SIEM solutions are being applied in the sector and the impact that they're having. The enhancements to SIEM technology are exciting. But what do they mean in practice? How are these advanced capabilities being applied in the real world, particularly in the critical infrastructure sector where the consequences of a cyber attack could be catastrophic? Let's start with the energy sector. Power grids are among the most critical of all infrastructures, and they're increasingly connected and digitized. This makes them a prime target for cyber attackers, whether they're seeking to cause widespread outages or just steal sensitive data. Advanced SIEM solutions are playing a key role in protecting these grids. For example, some energy companies are using SIEMs with advanced machine learning capabilities to detect anomalies in grid behavior that could indicate a cyber attack. These SIEMs can learn the normal patterns of grid operations and flag any deviations in real time, allowing operators to respond quickly before an attack can cause serious damage. Other energy companies are using SIEMs to monitor the security of their industrial control systems. These systems, which control the physical process of power generation and distribution, have traditionally been isolated from IT networks. But with the rise of industrial Internet of Things, they're becoming increasingly connected, creating new vulnerabilities. SIEMs that have been enhanced to monitor ICS can bridge this gap. They can collect and analyze data from sensors, actuators, and other IIoT devices looking for signs of tampering or malicious activity. They can also integrate with other security tools like firewalls and intrusion detection systems to provide a comprehensive view of the ICS security posture. In the transportation sector, SIEMs are being used to protect everything from railways to airports to smart city traffic control systems. These systems rely heavily on networked sensors and control systems, making them particularly vulnerable to cyber attacks that could cause accidents, delays, or even the loss of life. Advanced SIEMs can help to mitigate these risks by monitoring the vast amounts of data generated by transportation systems for signs of malicious activity. For example, a SIEM monitoring a city's traffic control system might detect an attempt to manipulate the traffic lights or to disable the sensors. By alerting operators in real time, the SIEM can help to prevent a potentially catastrophic event. In the healthcare sector, SIEMs are being used to protect not just IT systems, but also the increasing array of connected medical devices. These devices, from insulin pumps to pacemakers, can be life-critical, and any compromise of their security could have dire consequences for the patients. SIEMs that have been enhanced to understand the unique protocols and behaviors of medical devices can help to ensure their security. They can monitor for unusual activities such as an unauthorized configuration change or data exfiltration, and then alert healthcare security teams immediately. They can also help healthcare organizations to meet the stringent data privacy and security regulations in the industry, such as HIPAA. By providing detailed logging and reporting of all security-related events, SIEMs can help to demonstrate compliance and to investigate any potential breaches. Finally, in the financial sector, SIEMs are being used to protect against an ever-evolving array of cyber threats, from phishing and malware to insider threats and advanced persistent threats, APTs. The financial sector is a particularly attractive target for cyber criminals due to the potential for monetary gain. Advanced SIEMs can help financial institutions to stay ahead of these threats by providing real-time visibility into their IT environments. They can monitor for any suspicious activity, such as unusual login patterns or data transfers, and then trigger automated responses through SOAR to mitigate the threat. They can also help to detect insider threats by monitoring for any deviations from normal user behavior. For example, if a bank employee suddenly starts accessing customer data they don't normally need for their job role, the SIEM can flag this as a potential threat. These are just a few examples of how advanced SIEM solutions are being applied. In each case, the SIEM serves as a central nervous system for cybersecurity, ingesting vast amounts of data from across the organization and using advanced analytics to identify and respond to threats in real time. But the application of SIEMs in critical infrastructure goes beyond just threat detection and response. They also play a key role in forensics investigations, helping organizations to understand the full scope and impact of a breach. They can provide detailed audit trails of all of the security-related events, helping to satisfy regulatory requirements and to provide evidence for legal proceedings. As SIEMs continue to evolve and incorporate new technologies like AI and machine learning, their potential application in critical infrastructure will only grow. They will be used to predict and prevent threats before they happen, to automatically adapt to new attack tactics, and to provide even more granular and contextual insights into the security posture of an organization. Of course, implementing and operating a SIEM is not without its challenges. These environments are often highly complex and distributed, with a mix of legacy and cutting-edge technology. They also face unique constraints around availability, reliability, and safety that must be carefully balanced with security. But with the right approach, these challenges can be overcome. By working closely with operational technology teams, by tailoring SIEM deployments to the unique needs of each environment, and by continuously monitoring and optimizing their performance, SIEMs can provide a powerful tool for securing even the most sensitive and critical of infrastructures. Throughout this video, we have seen the vital role that security information and event management systems play in the cybersecurity landscape. From their early days as simple log aggregators to their current incarnation as sophisticated AI-powered analytics engines, SIEMs have evolved to meet the ever-changing needs of the organizations they protect. But this evolution is far from over. As we have seen, there are significant limitations to the current SIEM solutions that must be addressed. From data overload and false positives to challenges of multi-cloud environments and the need for better AI explainability, there's no shortage of areas where SIEMs need to improve. The good news is the cybersecurity community is rising to these challenges. Vendors and researchers are hard at work on the next generation of SIEM technologies, incorporating cutting-edge techniques from machine learning, big data analytics, and beyond. And organizations across the critical infrastructure sector are partnering with these innovators to pilot and deploy these advanced solutions in real-world environments. Technological advancements alone will not be enough. To truly realize the potential of SIEMs, we need a holistic approach that encompasses people, processes, and policies, as well as technology. We need to invest in the skills and training of our cybersecurity workforce, ensuring that they have the expertise to implement and operate SIEMs effectively. We need to develop standardized processes for incident response and information sharing so that SIEMs can be a force multiplier for collaboration and coordination. And we need policies that incentivize the adoption of these best practices and hold organizations accountable for the security of their critical infrastructure that they operate. None of this will be easy. Securing our digital future is a complex, multifaceted challenge that will require sustained effort and investment. But as this explanation of SIEMs has shown, we have the tools and the know-how to rise to the challenge. By continuing to innovate, to collaborate, and to learn from our experiences, we can build a future where our critical infrastructures are resilient, secure, and trustworthy. For those charged with protecting these infrastructures, the way forward is clear. Embrace the power of advanced SIEM solutions, but do so with your eyes wide open to their limitations and requirements. Work closely with vendors and peers to shape the future of these technologies, ensuring that they meet the unique needs of your sector and your organization, and never lose sight of the human element, the analysts, operators, and leaders who are the real key to cybersecurity success. For policymakers and the public at large, the message is equally as important. Cybersecurity is not an abstract concern or a problem for someone else to solve. It's a shared responsibility that impacts us all. From the reliability of our power grids to the privacy of our personal data, we must demand that our critical infrastructures are protected with the best tools and techniques available. And we must be willing to invest in the research, education, and policy frameworks needed to make this a reality. The road ahead for SIEMs and cybersecurity more broadly is not an easy one, but it is a road we must travel if we are to preserve the benefits and the promise of our digital age. With the right tools, the right skills, and the right mindset, we can ensure that our critical infrastructures remain a source of strength, resilience, and prosperity for generations to come. The future of SIEM is bright, and it's up to all of us to make it a reality.